to contemporary views. On contemporary views, we discuss trends. Yes, we discuss everything that is on the news, everything that is on social media. Yes, we are different because we take home some lessons, of course. You do not need to be a victim for you to learn a lesson. You do not need to be a victim for you to go home with a lesson. So we draw lessons from situations that occur online. So when you join in, you do well to share the live. When you join in, you do well to share the live. Let's talk about building from pain. We are going to discuss building from pain. There's a lot going on social media. Yes, so many bad things happen to people in life, but you can as well do something positive with the pain that you have in your life. It all doesn't end because you have pain. It doesn't end because all doesn't seem well. You can still make your pain beautiful. And based on that, we will be talking on made from pain. Now I am going to give you 3 women who have basically built from their pain. These women are your influencers. One at the level of the world, one at the level of Africa, and the other at the level of Nigeria. So let's talk about these 3 women. Fortunately, 3 of them are all Nigerians, but the leaders of the world, and they are doing so well, especially for the fact that the world saw them build upon their pain. So let's discuss that. Give me a moment to share my live. Kesavan, hi, thank you for joining my live. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to like the video. I need you to share the live. Hi, Murugan, thank you for joining my live. If you've not yet subscribed, do well to subscribe so you get notification when next I'm live. Okay. Sylvia, thank you for joining my live. You're welcome to my live. When you join, do well to share the live. All right, do well to share the live. Welcome to my live. Give me a straw in the fridge, the red. Okay, I just wanted to share my live and then get into the video. Sylvia, I don't appreciate what you are doing. I don't appreciate what you're doing. I'm not here to joke with you. I am not here to play that kind of war you're trying to play there. YouTube is a peaceful place. If you notice, YouTube is blocking all your comments. That's not fair. You don't need to disturb my life. I don't want to ban you, but respect yourself or leave, okay? Don't push me to the wall. That is it. When you join the live, you share the live and then let me know where you are joining in from. I was live earlier. For those of you who didn't watch, I encourage you to go and watch. I was talking about child custody, since AY is fighting for his child custody and it's trending. Many blogs are carrying it, so I decided to talk about it here. So for those of you who didn't watch my live earlier, go back and watch that live. And with this one, okay, let's talk about building from pain, made from pain, I am going to use 3 references. All these 3 references are trending. That is why I decide to use these references, because you can better identify with these 3 persons. The 3 ladies I am going to use are Chidinma, Miss Nigeria, Miss Universe Nigeria, Chidinma Adechina, May Edochie, and Korra Obidi. These are 3 women that have been on your social media space. They have been in your faces. They were broken somehow, but yet they fought. They built beautiful stories out of pain. So we are going to discuss that. It is an interactive show. If you have a comment, you can post it at the comment section. Be very, very decent with your post. We are here to learn. So now, Dumela to my South African people. Hello, 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 hello. Now, this greatly concerns the South Africans. I'm smiling because when I did a video, most of them came to my comment section, and they said so many things, and I am glad because they gave me some level of closure. You know, we do not have the same laws governing our countries, especially across Africa. The English-speaking countries have different laws which are similar to English-speaking countries, and the French-speaking countries have different laws which are similar to the French-speaking African countries. Okay, for what I know is, in most of the French-speaking countries, when you are born in that territory, irrespective of the fact that your parents are not national of that country, right? You stand to gain the nationality of that country. But it looks like that is not so in some of the English-speaking countries, particularly South Africa. Now, we did not know that it is so. We felt that, or we thought that, if you have been born in South Africa and you have lived all your life in South Africa, you will be able to gain South African nationality. But during the case of Miss Universe Nigeria, Chidinma Vanessa, we saw that it is not the case. Now, what interests me the most is we can build from pain. This is a young woman who was aggressively, I want to repeat, aggressively, I emphasize, aggressively attacked by a country she called home. Okay? There is nothing as disappointing as you being born in a country and then all of a sudden you are being rejected by everyone from that country. Yes. Based on the fact that you are being rejected, is just your name that makes the whole force. It's just your name. That her name doesn't sound South African, and people began to dig, and then they realized her father is a Nigerian, and of course she is not South African, so they claimed. So they went to home service. They have what is called home service. That's like the organ that takes care of immigration or maybe nationality. So home service decided to do an investigation based on the fact that Miss Chidinma was asked to leave the South African beauty contest for their own Miss Universe South Africa. So she had to leave. So when Home Affairs conducted the investigation, they realized that Chidinma's mother had stolen South African nationality, and she stole nationality, another woman's nationality, and she could not give her nationality to her child because in the first place she is not South African and that she's Mozambican. I did several videos talking about Chidinma Vanessa, but today I am talking about what Chidinma Vanessa made out of the mess she found herself in suddenly. I know that most of you have already heard the news. Yes, she is the runner up, first runner up to be precise, in the Miss Universe pageant 2024 that just ended a couple of days back. Now, this makes me so happy because she was put under a lot of pain. Okay, she was put under a lot of pain, so much stress. When South Africa rejected her under normal circumstances, she's supposed to be broken. She's supposed to feel defeated. That's a big embarrassment. It's a big pain. Just when she had qualified for the top 30, suddenly she had to drop off from the competition because she was not doing she was not a citizen. She discovered she was not a citizen. This means that all through her life, that she was born in South Africa, lived through her life in South Africa, she wasn't a citizen. I can tell you categorically that it feels really, really bizarre. Other people will go into depression and stuff, but she did not. I was amazed when when Silverbird called her over to participate in Miss Nigeria, because the other nationality that the South African gave her was Nigerian, because her father is Nigerian. Then she was called now to participate in Miss Nigeria, that was ongoing at the time she was rejected by South Africa. Lo and behold, she joined the pageant and she won. Now that is building from pain. That is building from pain. She did not choose to cry. Mr. Blue, thank you for joining my live. You're welcome to my live. We are talking about building from pain. Women building from pain, okay? Now she would have cried out her lungs. She would have gotten into depression. She would have ended her career. But that did not stop Chidinma Vanessa. No. She proceeded and accepted the invite to participate in Miss Nigeria beauty pageant, and she won. She won. Now, this is to tell you that the destiny of one person is not put in the hands of another person. Only God has your destiny in his hands. And no matter how much people try to deny you that, you sure will get to your destiny. You sure will go through. You will not relent. You know, people cannot stop your sun from shining. In as much as she was faced with a very big challenge, she did not give up. She kept pushing and she succeeded. Now, when I did a report on Chidinma Vanessa, I sent an apology to the other girls who contested, because they have been contesting from the preliminaries. Okay, Chidinma wasn't in the preliminaries, but the other girls were, and she just came in at the final stage and then she won. Now that winning was very beautiful because it did not end only at the level of Nigeria. For those of you following me on YouTube, I posted every day the activities of Miss Universe 2024. I have a couple of videos there. I followed them because I was actually hoping to see the performance of Miss Nigeria at the Miss Universe pageant. And this girl did not fail. She was always being selected at each level. She performed so well. Now, what I discovered about the young girl is she is very, very intelligent. You know, the beauty without brains doesn't work. You know that, right? It doesn't work at all. But Chidinma is very intelligent. When they asked her several questions during the pageant, her answers were brilliant. I want to believe that some of them already know the kind of questions to expect. But there is one thing for you to know, that they will ask you this, and then you are able to give a classic presentation of your answers. Not everyone can rehearse their answers and then give classic response or produce these answers when they are being asked. But Chidinma does that perfectly well. in the competition. So it's just that in every competition, there must be one winner. And unfortunately, she did not win the crown, but she came out second. That is the first runner up. I hear she has a crown worth 3 million, diamond crown worth $3 million as her prize, and that she has $100,000 cash prize. She has a paid apartment in the US, in New York to be precise. She has a contract with multiple brands that she's going to model for them. I want to believe that it is a wonderful takeoff for a modeling career. A wonderful takeoff. She was in so much pain, so much embarrassment, so much disgrace, but she put all of this together and built something beautiful out of all that pain. So it is possible to build from pain. It is possible you can make something out of pain. And today the world celebrates Chidinma Adeshina as Miss Universe in the same year as Miss Universe runner-up after winning Miss Nigeria in the same year. And the continental winner for Africa, I forgot that part. She is the continental winner for Africa and Oceania because they group the girls. The winner for Europe and the Middle East, I think it's Victoria, Miss Denmark, the current Miss Universe. She is the winner for Europe and the Middle East, and then for Africa and Oceania is Miss Chidinma. So she is the continental winner. Even if she is not the winner of Miss Universe 2024, she is the continental winner. Yes. I can't remember the nation that won. I think Miss Venezuela for the Americas. Guys, I'm not very sure about that, but I think so. It is a win. Now, why I brought Chidinma Vanessa is this is a woman who has built from pain. You can build from pain. You can make something out of the pain that is going on in your life right now. It is not the end of life when things don't work out for you. Think of what you can do with the mess you find yourself in. Life doesn't only end when things don't go well, okay? You can make out very beautiful stories from pain. And this is the story of Miss Nigeria 2024. She built a beautiful story out of pain. What is it that you are going through and you feel that it is the end of life? I want to believe that your own case wasn't as worse as hers because she was denied by her own people. Imagine she was born in South Africa, she's 23 years, and she has lived all 23 years in South Africa. She doesn't have any other home. She doesn't have any other place to call home. Even if she's Nigerian, but she wasn't born in Nigeria, she doesn't know any other home apart from her home in Johannesburg, South Africa. But she was kicked out. But yet, that pain was like a driving force that pushed this woman. That pain was like a stepping stone. That's a clear example of a woman using her lemons to make lemonades. And today she is being celebrated even by my friends in South Africa. You can't deny her that. Whether you like it or not, she made it. Africa is proud of her. Nigeria is proud of her. South Africa is proud of her. The entire women folk is proud of her. I must say that she is a blessing to this generation. Her story is impeccable. It's unique. I doubt that her story is ever going to die out. I doubt that. I really, really doubt that her story is ever going to die out. People will keep talking about her. She's a perfect case for encouragement, for those of you who need encouragements in life. There are battles you fight. You choose your battles wisely, but you have it at the back of your mind that you can win all your battles. But the point is, when you don't win your battles, it is only fair for you not to give up. And that's exactly what Chidinma Vanessa did. She did not give up even when she was down flat. She kept pushing. She kept fighting. Now, many people castigated the South Africans for driving her, for kicking her out of their competition. I personally, I like to look at life rationally. I like to look at things rationally. I was more interested about the laws of South Africa. I don't like to look at situations with emotions. No, I don't look at situations with emotions. I look at it with facts. So when this incident occurred, I rather went to look for the laws and then try to understand why she was being denied or why she was being rejected. And of course, I understood, and that is why I do not blame the South Africans. According to them, if you're one of your parents is not South African, you cannot be South African. Yes, and that there is proof that Chidinma's mother has stolen the South African nationality. Understood. Now I congratulate the Nigerians for taking somebody who has been rejected. Nobody rejects something good, okay? Nobody rejects something good. In the eyes of the South Africans, they saw that she wasn't good enough. That is why they rejected her. And lo and behold, the rejected stone now became the cornerstone. Truth is, in as much as it wasn't so fair for her to come and join the competition at the final stage and win the competition, but the truth is, when you look at the other girls who compete against Chidinma in the final, she was the better choice. And of course, the Nigerians gave her the opportunity to go make a win. So I congratulate the entire Nigerian people for supporting her. It is wonderful, it is fantastic, it is immense. You never get to see things like this happen, but I thank God it actually happened. So I really congratulate the Nigerians for supporting their own. If there's something we know about the Nigerians, is they are very, very supportive of theirs. Yes, you will always hear them say, Naija no dey carry last. Naija no dey carry last. We did dey. They always support their own. So it is a wonderful thing. Now, globally, I want to believe that we all as Africans can adopt this strategy. When an African is participating in any competition anywhere, we can just go behind that person and support that person because that person is ours. My own contribution for the Miss Universe, I brought you videos. For those of you, most of the time when I post on Facebook, I am being flagged. So YouTube, I posted many videos. I tried to give you an insight of how the Miss Universe pageant was going. So that's how I supported my girls. Yes, I could see Miss Botswana, Miss Namibia, Miss Nigeria, Miss Cameroon, Miss Congo. If you go to my YouTube, you would see of this video is made from pain. And then I cited 3 women. I just spoke about Chidinma Vanessa right now. Now let's talk about somebody else. Chidinma Vanessa is a beauty queen, so she gained fame in that domain. Now we are going to talk about another woman under her belt. Okay, she didn't have anything under her belt, but after that incident, after that pain that she felt, she built something beautiful out of that pain. Now let's talk about May Edochie. Now, who is May Edochie? May Edochie is the estranged wife of Nollywood Yul Edochie. They were married for, say, close to 20 years, if I am not mistaken, and they had 4 children together. Now, suddenly, Gist Lover, who is an anonymous blog, had posted on social media that there is an actor who is going to pay a dowry for a second wife, but his family is not aware, and that if that actor doesn't come out, he or she will post the information about that actor on social media. Now that is how May Edochie got to discover that that actor was her husband, Yul Edochie. Actually, he has been having an affair with his colleague Judy Austin, and he kept that relationship very private until they have a son together. And then after having that child together, he now decided to proceed to paying her dowry to make her officially his wife. But he did not let May Edochie know about it. Now that's where the problem is, because in Africa, men can marry more than one. In the Muslim religion, they are allowed to marry up to 4 persons if they want. But someone who doesn't practice Islam can marry even more. We know of Senator Ned Nwoko, who is married to 6 or 7 women legally. Everybody knows he is a serial polygamist. So being a Christian, a Catholic Christian at that, and getting married in church, you are supposed to be married to only one wife. But now if you decide to marry more than one, I want to believe that at least the due diligence you can give to your wife is let her know that you are is to let her know that you are deciding to get a second wife. But you did not tell his wife. His wife rather saw it on social media, and this made her sad. Now, what I am trying to say here is, no matter how painful your situation is, you can still build beautiful things out of that situation. May Edochie built a beautiful story out of her pain. Now, dealing with a husband who is not wanting to divorce you, but wants to keep another wife and expects you to accept that second wife, and you don't want to be numbered in your relationship, because that's the only statement May had made so far, that she will not be numbered in her home. When she was getting married to her husband, she didn't sign up for polygamy. She signed up for monogamy, and she will not be numbered in her home. So now when information got to her that her husband was marrying another woman, she moved out of the house with her children. She didn't say anything. She was in so much pain. And 2 months into the battle, May loses her first son. It is particular to the Igbo tradition and very important for a man to bear sons, because they believe that when you have sons, the lineage is guaranteed to be continued. Okay, so having a son as an Igbo man that Yul Edochie is of high importance. So May had given him 3 sons, but the first son particularly is very, very important. One day, suddenly, they were informed that this young man was in school, and then he slipped, fell down, and that was the end. So imagine a woman whose house is on fire. Her husband is getting married to another woman. She doesn't want to be in a polygamous home. She moves out of her house, staying on her own, and then trying to organize herself, and then pam, a big blow to her chest. She loses her first son, who was almost 20 years old. Now, that is the epitome of pain. Going through a divorce at the same time losing a child, that is not a pain you can forget easily. I want to believe that you cannot wish that kind of pain to your enemy. That is pain that you cannot say you understand. No, you do not understand that kind of pain. You do not understand that kind of pain. You need to be in her shoes to be able to feel that kind of pain. Losing a child is not like losing a sibling. Losing a child is not like losing a parent. Losing a child is not like losing a friend. Losing a child leaves you a mark on your heart that you bear for the rest of your life. So May Edochie had all this going on for her at the same time. She had a peaceful life, and suddenly everything got spoiled. Her whole world shattered. Everything that made sense, that mattered to her, her marriage, her home, her son, everything was destroyed. This woman went into hibernation for like 4 months, and she was mourning her child. Now, the beautiful part of this story is the new May Edochie that you see today was born out of pain. I am saying this because many people have pain in their lives. They see pain and the pain takes over them. Normally, a person who goes through what May Edochie went through maybe can, take, delete themselves. But she did not do that. She was keen on facing her pain. I know that many people come to say, but what has she done? What has she done? What has she done? For the fact that in the same year, she loses her marriage. In the same year, she loses a child. That same year, she loses her home. That's a lot for one person to carry at a particular time. All of this happened in sequence, one after the other, one after the other. So I want to say that she was in a very tight place, a very painful place, but she bore something beautiful out of that pain. She brought something significant out of that pain. Whenever people hear of the name May Edochie, they have a story that they will not forget. They have an encouraging story. She gave herself another lease to life. She gave herself another opportunity to build again. So you can build from your pain. Now, what actually happened is she had so many people who sympathized with her. She had so many people who supported her. But she did not stay in the cocoon of pain. She broke loose that cocoon of pain, and then she came out of pain. So the May Edochie you see today was born out of pain. Right now, as we speak, if you want to call influencers in Nigeria, you can't mention 10 influencers. I mean, those with brand deals under their belt. You can't mention 10 without calling May Edochie. You cannot mention 10 without calling her. Remember, this is a woman who lost everything. Her home, her husband, 20 years of marriage, and her son. She lost everything. She was in terrible pain, but she managed to pick the pieces of her life and build her life again, even in pain. Now she's one of the most followed influencers on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Facebook. She has about 20 endorsement deals. I mean, brand endorsement deals. She's branding for cars. She's branding hairs. She's branding clothing lines. She's branding lashes. She has beauty products.